Hey guys, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're decoding the real mechanics behind why some people absolutely skyrocket in their careers, while others, who are honestly just as talented, kind of just hit a wall. We're going to look closely at the fascinating, often totally overlooked relationship between communication skills, personality development, and where your career actually ends up going.
So, why exactly do smart people fail at work? Well, we need to completely shatter the illusion right now that good grades and technical know-how alone guarantee a successful career. In today's cutthroat environment, if you're backing solely on your degrees while ignoring your interpersonal skills, you are literally leaving lucrative growth opportunities on the table. Being a technical wizard just isn't enough if you can't actually communicate those brilliant ideas to your team or your clients.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're covering 1. The soft skills advantage, 2. The big 5 at work, 3. Mastering the unspoken, 4. Active listening for leaders, and finally, 5. Public speaking builds personality.
Section 1. The soft skills advantage. I want you to think of your career like a giant iceberg. Hard skills, your specific teachable abilities, those are really just the visible tip. Sure, they get you the interview and they act as your technical baseline for entry. But beneath the surface, holding the entire thing up, those are your soft skills. These intangible interpersonal abilities like teamwork, time management, and empathy are the true drivers of long-term advancement. Without this massive foundation beneath the surface, your career iceberg simply won't stay afloat.
The professional world has definitely caught on to this shift, and the academic world is urgently playing catch-up. Actually, institutions like the UP State Universities we see here are now actively mandating co-curricular courses specifically in communication skills and personality development. Why? Because they know for a fact that true employability absolutely demands these general-purpose abilities right alongside traditional academic knowledge.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Big 5 at work. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how these big 5 personality traits, which a lot of people remember by the acronym OCEAN, actually take root way back in our childhood temperaments. We're talking about openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. As we grow, these childhood traits evolve, they map onto our adult personalities, and they become massive predictors of our future performance in the workplace. Check this out, 0.26. That is the highly significant statistical correlation between a person's conscientiousness and how their bosses actually rate their job performance. So what does this all mean? Well, the data proves that your innate personality traits directly correlate with incredibly important work outcomes, like how well you execute your job and your overall training proficiency.
Now, while a high-powered sales role might demand a lot of extroversion, researchers note a pretty universal truth here. Conscientiousness and agreeableness are the ultimate baseline traits for practically any industry. Being reliable, organized, and cooperative, those are characteristics that will absolutely accelerate your success, literally no matter what field you're in.
Let's shift gears to Section 3, Mastering the Unspoken.
Formal interactions aren't just casual chats, right? An interview, for example, is a highly structured procedure involving an opening, listening, and a closure. Navigating this structure under the extreme pressure of the moment requires immense emotional control. It demands maturity and leadership potential every single step of the way.
Here's the thing. Your words are only a tiny fraction of your actual message. Things like space, touch, eye contact, tone, and movement, mastery of these nonverbal signals is absolutely crucial. Because if your body language completely contradicts the words coming out of your mouth, it creates immediate jarring confusion for your listener. Simply put, incongruence destroys clarity. Which brings us to Section 4, Active Listening for Leaders. Active listening means paying deep, intentional attention to the speaker's words, emotions, and intentions. It's really all about demonstrating respect and empathy. We often think of leaders as the ones doing all the talking, but true leadership requires exceptional listening. In so many organizations, employees just withhold their best ideas out of fear for their reputation. Active listening directly combats that fear by establishing a baseline of true psychological safety.
So the crucial point is that when leaders actually encourage employee voice, it unlocks vital information. This leads directly to better decision-making, increased organizational innovation, and it fosters incredible team creativity. Listening, especially when combined with taking real action, isn't just some soft skill, it's a massive operational advantage. And this connects directly to emotional intelligence. As the leading voice on the topic, Daniel Goleman perfectly states, empathy and social awareness are essential for effective leadership communication. You simply cannot be an effective communicator or a successful leader for that matter without the emotional intelligence to understand the feelings of others and respond to them appropriately.
Let's look at Section 5. Public speaking builds personality.
Public speaking and leadership really go hand in hand. Presenting your best self to an audience acts as a sort of crucible. It actively grooms your personality. It literally forces you to widen your horizons, manage your emotional control under the immense pressure of an audience, and develop genuine, authentic self-confidence. By striving to articulate your message effectively, you're inherently building your leadership skills at the exact same time.
And this brilliantly illustrates why certain leaders stand out. Consider master communicators like Indra Nooyi with her inclusive dialogue, Sushma Swaraj's diplomatic calm, Mary Colm's sheer presence of resilience, and Karen Mazumdar Shah's persuasive scientific communication. Every single one of these leaders achieved monumental success by fusing their vast technical hard skills with master-level soft skills.
So, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. How will you develop your soft skills foundation to steer your career iceberg? Because while your hard skills might get you in the door, it's your emotional intelligence, your personality, and your communication that will ultimately take you to the very top. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.